what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
I'm with the band. Music and interviews you're going to like.
Hey everybody, welcome to I'm with the band here on The Mesh. Be sure to check out this show, past episodes, and a lot of other shows over at our website, themesh.tv. Got something for everybody on there, a little bit of sports, a little bit of business, a little bit of entertainment. But today we got music, and a good music for that matter. We are excited to have Andrew Moose of the Woodersons here with us. Hello, Andrew Moose.
Hi, Mary-Margaret.
It's Moose. I can call you Moose on this.
Absolutely. Only my mom calls me Andrew, really.
I know. And background is that I went to college with Moose, and we've known each other for pretty darn good time.
We've known each other 15 years, Mary-Margaret.
15 years?
15 years. Can you believe it?
Are we that old?
1998. I did my homework last night.
1998. You're right.
Yeah, you were like one of my first friends, Lenore Ryan.
Mine too. I know. We were in the same prologue group.
We were.
Mm-hmm. So that means we started freshman year together. Mm-hmm. We actually graduated at the same time too.
Yeah. Funny, I had to take that freshman orientation class more than once.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like one of the only ones that have failed that class.
How do you fail that class?
That's a real funny story if you've got time.
It's a
Remember that class, Gym 110?
That
Mark
was
Vest. You remember that fellow?
I do.
Right. Well,
this is at Lenore Ryan.
Yeah, at Lenore Ryan,
but it was a college by then.
Right. I was in charge of setting up a couple. What's the word I'm looking for? We meet in the auditorium. What's that word I'm looking for? Convocations.
Yes,
thank you. Convos. That's the word I was looking for. And I set up a certain convo and was recognized at that said convo to stand up and be recognized, and I wasn't there, and it counted for 2 absences for the course and failed. Thanks.
Oh, it was even something.
Yeah, it was really bad. You know, it's the story of my life.
All you had to do was show up.
All you had to do was show up. Right.
And you didn't.
I didn't. But I'm here today.
I passed that class with an A in flying colors.
Congratulations.
I was probably at that convo because I did what I needed to do. Well, times have changed.
Times have changed.
We've grown up. We learned some lessons during college, but we've been through a lot together. And
That's true.
Pretty darn excited to have you here today.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. So we're gonna roll right into it. The Woodersons.
That is the band that we are playing with these days.
Referencing. The other boys are not here with you today. They're a little
Kevin, Phil, and Marty were unable to attend this podcast.
You're proxying for the whole group.
I am the Woodersons proxy this afternoon.
Okay. Well, we'll give them a pass on this only because I've heard you guys play and because I like you.
Thank you.
I like the band too.
Well, we like the band. We like playing for people.
Yeah.
We get excited for all of our gigs.
We recently had you guys at a local event that you were kind enough to come out and spread the good music with us.
The Art Crawl.
The Downtown Art Crawl, yeah, which has gotten some great plugs for you guys and had some people really digging your music.
Right.
Tell me everybody's name again in the Woodersons so that we have a clear picture.
Sure, just for the record. Mm-hmm. Marty White is our drummer. Marty has been with us 2 years now, and he has been laying it down since about 1983. He's been in the pocket since about then too.
I was about to say,
he's phenomenal. He's all the guys that play with Marty is.
And he plays that little whenever you go somewhere.
Well, yeah, when we're doing smaller venues, he plays the djembe drum, which is a small African drum. And he can get all kinds of sounds out of that thing.
Yes, he can. It's awesome.
It is. It really is. Our lead guitar player is Kevin Plant. Me and Kevin have played music together for quite a long time. We actually met through Henry River.
Another graduate of
callback, another callback podcast guest. And back when we played at Alyssio's Lounge here in Hickory, we used to have a standing gig there every Tuesday evening. And Kevin came in, and it was actually the bass player for a while. And then we started looking for a new guitar player, and he says, well, why don't I just play guitar and we'll find a bass player? So then that's when we found Phil Bennett, who's played with the Logic for a while, his music history. And now he's with us, and we have a great time. We We pick on Phil a little bit because he is the elder statesman of the band, but he takes it in stride.
Well, the Logic's been on I'm with the band as well.
Right.
So we have had many a Wooderson member on here.
That's
and
right.
Fans, I guess you should say.
3 degrees of the Woodersons.
Yes. Where are you guys from? Yeah, I know you are not a Hickory boy by blood.
Right.
But close by.
Right. Yeah, I grew up in Statesville, North Carolina, home of the Greyhounds.
Yes.
That's right.
Which 30 minutes away or so from Hickory, where we are now.
Right.
And then are the other guys Hickory guys?
Both Marty and Kevin are from Alexander County.
Okay.
And Phil grew up in Hickory.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. So you do have some local ties.
We do.
And none of you are super far away. And in fact, you stuck around. You were one of the people to get sucked in the vortex here of Hickory.
I was, just as I actually moved away, and then it called me back.
Yep.
And I've lived in Hickory for it's going on almost 10 years now.
Okay.
So
yeah. It tends
straight.
to do that. Tends to bring you back like a big old
We love it.
tornado.
We
yes.
love it.
How could you not?
That's
How
right.
could you not? So when did you guys get together? I've known you in a couple different aspects of music. So when did the Woodersons form and start up?
The Woodersons formed as a 3-piece trio. Myself, Kevin, and Marty were playing smaller venues, Howard's Brewery in Lenore.
Yummy.
Delicious beer. The Trailmaker, I highly recommend.
Yes.
And we played there quite a lot. We played Alessio's Lounge quite a lot. Just, within 30 minutes, we played Boone, Charlotte as a trio. But we were looking to have a full 4-piece band. And that's when like I said before, when Kevin decided to move to electric lead guitar and Phil moved to bass. And that's where we are now. And that was, about 2.5, 3 years in the making to where we are today. And it's, we're trying to gig, 4, 5, 6, 8 every day of the month if we could, But we all have our own, other
jobs.
lives as well, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so,
real jobs.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them real jobs, but they're real jobs.
You do have real jobs, and then you have fun jobs.
Right.
Right. I mean, I'm just gonna say it real quick. Your real job is kind of fun right now.
It is very fun and hectic right now.
I'm lucky to have you in here because you are in the middle of holiday season because you own and operate a company called X Moose Trees.
X Moose Trees, yes, ma'am.
Do you get it? Get what you did there? See what you did there? X Moose.
See how I did that?
Yep. Cut, deliver, and disposing of
right.
Christmas trees. So someone needs a Christmas tree, they call you up, you go and cut it fresh at their size request.
Correct.
Bring it back, get it to their house, and then after Christmas, they just got to wait for you to come pick it up, right?
That's right. Do you need a job? You could sell that.
I mean,
you could sell that so easily.
I've got a little experience in this
That's
stuff.
right.
Yeah, so they can call you up and look that up. I know Facebook is a great place to find more about
Facebook is a
X-Moose.
great medium for free advertising, which we love. Thank you, Facebook and
Absolutely.
Mark Zuckerberg. Don't sue me for anything.
I'm sure.
And we also have a website at www.xmoosetrees.com.
All the normal W's.
Right.
Follow
Just
that.
3
X.
W's.
The
Just
letter
3 W's.
X, not EX. Just letter X.
Letter X.
moosetrees.com.
That's right.
And, I'm sure we'll mention it again later, but I've had an X Moose tree before, and they're lovely, and he does a nice job, and, it's green business, which we're all very fond of these
That's
days.
right.
Which I'm kind of going to watch this segue here.
I love it.
So you've got green business that you're doing with your trees. And then, now tell me about your style of music.
Well, right into that. If you had to pigeonhole us, Mary-Margaret, what we would be...
I'm going to have to.
We're going to have to, right. We would be in the jam band genre.
Jam band.
Jam bands.
Definition, please.
Definition, please. The jam bands of world-renowned fame, the Grateful Dead, Fish, Widespread Panic, of those, we wouldn't dare put ourselves in that category. However, we do play the same type style music.
Right.
There's long musical interludes with a lot of improvisation and soloing throughout all the members of the band, trying to have one collective sound is our
Sounds like
main
it's a little
objective.
more fun.
It is a lot more fun. You don't have to. It's not so cut and dry. It's not so rigid. We don't ever play the same song the same way twice. And that's what we really try to go for. There's a lot of, especially in the local music scene, there's a lot of different bands that do play the cover top 40.
Yep.
Along those lines, and that's awesome. They are providing a great service. However, the Woodersons don't exactly like to play that type of music, so we try to cater to the people that would rather hear a bunch of noise than that we call music. And it's we have a niche group of people that like to come watch us in Hickory, and we really appreciate those people that do come and watch, because there are train wrecks, but there is magic too. So it's
those
it's
bands
a beautiful
mystery you were spouting off their names,
right?
Grateful Dead, Fish, all that group,
right?
I mean, that's what you're listening to there. I mean,
right?
You the albums that I have of the bands you were mentioning,
right.
It's not what you hear when you go see them live, or
right.
It's never the same mixture of it.
That's right. It might necessarily be in the same key and the same, right. But it can go 1,000 different directions, and that's what keeps us enjoying it, and that's what keeps us coming back. That's what keeps us booking gigs and trying to make people dance, and that's what we really go for. Yeah.
Well, I do love it when you guys, when I've heard you in the past, I've liked it when I will hear a little bit of a song that maybe I do know a little bit of, but then it strays away from that song, and you go into your own spiel and then come back to it. I mean, it keeps you interested on that, but, you kind of get to tap your feet with it, and your head's bobbing a little bit every time. That's why I like when I'm listening to jam band, as the term I'm working on these days. Excellent. What song could you play for us now?
I brought a selection of songs with me today. Okay. This song is called ODell. It is an ode to a neighbor of my grandmother's growing up. She lived next door to my mama Ella, and she is the world to me right now. She's 84. She still walks and water aerobics twice a week, all that good stuff. Hero. So she's awesome. But ODell, it was Mama Ella's next door neighbor, and ODell, bless her heart, had Alzheimer's disease, and this is by no means trying to make fun of ODell for the things that she said, but by golly, she had some stories, and this is a tribute to her, some of the stories that she told me growing up, and we miss you, ODell, so this one's for her.
I remember playing in the back. Yeah, we were Tuesday evening superstars. Used to take long walks down the railroad tracks and get lost. You couldn't find your way back. ODell, 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 ODell. Cause your mind was weak, your body was strong. No time for nonsense, cause your clocks were wrong. The things that you said were about the things that you seen. Make all so mean. ODell, 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 ODell. That you said about those things that you saw, like your flight that took off from the shopping mall. We tried just to keep you safe, keep your hands clear away from those old days. ODell, we just tried to keep you safe.
right, we are back after listening to ODell. Thank you very much.
ODell?
Yes. So let's talk a little bit more about the band itself. You mentioned some of your influences. I guess you would call them influences from those bands: the Fish, the Grateful Dead.
Right.
Who else?
Well, we also have a lot of traditional music we listen to. We try to work through a lot of songs that not necessarily are common that you hear every day, and each person in the band has their different influences, and we like to cover or try to write in the same type styles as those artists. Kevin, for instance, one of his main influences is Bob Marley.
Okay.
And different reggae artists of that sort. So, we might be playing a traditional song of some sort, and then all of a sudden it's turns into a reggae song.
Right.
Or something to that effect. Right. And it's, like I said, it's, there's no out of bounds for us.
Okay.
We are trying to, I hate to use the word try to stay current, but we are trying to intertwine some newer songs into the songs that we already do. That way, if somebody if their attention could be diverted because they haven't heard this song that we're playing or some sort, and then we go into, for instance, that Daft Punk Get Lucky song, which we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we all like that song. So we have a couple songs that we can go into that one with. And
I'd like you to incorporate Blurred Lines somewhere into.
See, that's not going to happen. Right.
I
bless that dude's heart. I love Growing Pains growing up, but that is just.
Too.
Yeah,
I know. And I can't help but see
I can't.
Alan Thicke whenever I see him.
That's what I think of.
And I used to be a Pharrell fan, back in the day, and now I'm just like, man, quit pairing up with everybody else.
Stick
with any.
Bless his heart. He's not getting poor because of it.
True.
Right. Just give me one. I just let me have one of these. Right, Pharrell, if you're listening, listen to ODell.
Yes.
I hope you liked it. Maybe we can work on something.
Shout out to Pharrell. Okay, so we've now gone through sort of that style. Tell me about the places you are playing. We know you've got a huge gig coming up.
Okay,
Thanksgiving weekend.
A Thanksgiving weekend.
Tell me about that.
Bourbon
big,
Street?
Yeah.
Oh, getting crazy in the alley over there, Bourbon Street Club. This Saturday.
Some Bourbon Street.
I love Bourbon Street too, and I'll tell you why. Because everybody dances, everybody has a good time, and everybody's so friendly. Kathy Huffman that works over there is just awesome. So we're looking forward to playing for her crowd. They know
it's like the Regal Beagle.
True.
I love me some Bourbon Street.
I do too.
In college when we were there, it used to be like members only. Remember, we had to have a card to get in there and stuff. So of course, whenever I got older and somebody was like, "Let's go to Bourbon Street," I'm like, "No, I'm not a member. I can't get in." No.
Oh yeah, you can come on out.
They don't care. No. Yeah. They just.
That's
want
weird.
You
the whole
there.
Membership trying to get in the club thing. I don't really understand that. Why are they putting you on a list? Like, what's that about?
Just let them come in. People want to come in and pay you money. By God, let them come in.
We have all this money, and you want a card? You want me to show your card? That is ridiculous.
There was a couple other places in town that went through that spell, which I just thought was ridiculous.
Right.
Not to say sundries or anything. I'm just saying that could have been wiser choice of to not do that.
True story.
I'm not even going to relive that about my college days anymore. Tell me your thoughts from the band, or just from Moose, whatever.
Sure.
About people downloading music online and your, people getting free downloads, things like Spotify, things like...
I think it's great.
Yeah?
I'll stop you. I think it's great.
Okay.
The bands that I follow, the bands that I listen to, have from day one, and it's all spawned from the Grateful Dead, have always offered all their music, all their shows, not necessarily studio albums, but allow the fans to tape their shows.
Yeah.
And this day and age is awesome because there's websites such as panicstream.com, which is just a strictly widespread panic website that you can actually stream the previous night shows and listen to them and actually skip tracks and listen to if you want to, and listen to the whole entire show.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Wow.
for nothing, and it's all because of the tapers. And that's, I mean, if I don't know how those guys are able to travel the country and tape every single show, but man, if I would love to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
I mean, that would be a dream job of mine to have, but I just don't see how they make any money doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
unfortunately, I mean, there is I have donated to their site. They have a PayPal option or whatever on their website, but you know, and I've kicked them $20 here and there just because of, you know, it almost you feel bad for not giving them money because you get so much entertainment out of them.
Yeah. What, you know, lately the big buzz, and obviously not in the jam band world, but like Prince does not allow his music to be on, or the artist formerly known as Prince, whatever he is now.
That little crazy song?
Yes, does not allow his music to be on things like Spotify, Pandora.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
I mean, I'm not a musician, so I don't really have a dog in the fight, but I don't know what you think about that.
Here's what if you want my humble opinion, they don't remember where they came from if they feel like that. Because you've got guys like myself and just about every other, you know, person that's come through this room that wishes that they had, you know, a million ears on their songs. Yeah. So Prince, you know, GFY, man, seriously. And you know, if people can't afford your music, you know, maybe they'll find somebody else that actually has talent. So
I hear you.
Yeah.
What do an artist of your size, you know, where you guys are playing local gigs and stuff, but wanting to get people to hear, what do you use? What are you putting your music out through?
We're using a couple mediums. ReverbNation is one.
Yeah.
We have 20 or so tunes at ReverbNation.com/the Woodersons.
The
Woodersons. And if you can just put it in the search engine and it'll come up for you. And we have, 10 or 12 songs on there that original songs and a couple covers. And so if you like it, and we also have all of our dates there too. Yeah. Where we're playing, and you know, the Facebook, we have that. And,
huge,
right?
I mean, how can you not?
You really can't put a price on Facebook, especially for small businesses, because it's loads of free advertising you might not get otherwise.
Yep.
To expose yourself to that many people for nothing is an anomaly, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get back to your show in a moment. Just a reminder, you're listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Find out more at themesh.tv and give us feedback on what you like. And now, as promised, back to your show.
What was your first concert ever?
The Grateful Dead, 1995.
Shut up.
Yeah. April 18th, 1995.
That's not even like a cool answer like that. I mean, I was hoping for something a little embarrassing. No.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, I could tell you that I saw New Kids on the Block when I was like 12.
I did.
But that was a lie. I knew you did.
I did. I'm proud of it.
Oh, I set you up so hard.
You know
for
what?
that.
Because their reunion tour, like,
Keep Hanging Tough.
Was hey, I am going to be rocking out their Christmas album pretty soon. Just to let
That's
you know.
right.
Their comeback album. I mean, their comeback tour or whatever.
I would if you want some embarrassing stuff, I'll give you some embarrassing stuff.
I don't need embarrassing, but I just
Well, it just
Grateful Dead's just appropriate for you.
It was. However, I did get let down in the 4th grade by not being able to go to the New Kids on the Block. I really was.
You don't need to.
I cut my hair into Donnie Wahlberg stuff with the line
on the side.
Yeah, with a bowl cut with the line in between the layers. Yeah, I mean,
Never saw those pictures.
Yeah, you won't.
Okay. Nobody will.
Nobody will.
Not posting those with
That's
your
right.
episode,
Oh, yeah.
right?
That's
nice.
right.
We did, we've been to Dave Matthews together.
We have in Greensboro.
In Greensboro.
Yeah. And I almost got killed in the hotel we were staying in.
You did not.
Do you remember that? Yes, I do. The Coliseum Hotel.
The Coliseum. I remember that.
If anybody has ever been to Greensboro and knows what the Coliseum hotel, or whatever it is.
Oh, it's totally a motel.
It is. I was offered to buy illicit drugs from 2 homeless people. And I believe they were going to stab me if I didn't buy them from them. But I didn't, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. I know you didn't, but I don't think you were going to die. We wouldn't have let
I don't know.
that happen.
I think I was afraid for my life entire evening.
We were freshmen in college. We weren't
afraid of anything.
We were not afraid of anything. We ruled the world.
But I tell you what, Dave Matthews though, that's our
generation.
There's a lot of people that just absolutely down Dave Matthews, and like I don't want to go to a Dave show anymore because it's there are a lot of teeny boppers if you were there. I mean, when we went, we were teeny boppers,
Absolutely.
for goodness sake. And
it was his heyday.
Man, I tell you what, if you go on YouTube or buy Dave's music, I don't know how he feels about it, whatever, but go and just listen to some live versions from like 1998 and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Because it was a party. It was nothing but fun. The horn section they have is just tremendous. Stefan Lessard lays it down like it's, the bass player is just.
We saw Tim Reynolds that concert.
Right. And did you see Tim Reynolds?
We just saw Tim Reynolds again, came through Hickory for Oktoberfest.
It was real good.
At 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
Yeah, we did a band field trip to that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So speaking of Oktoberfest and other things around the area, tell me your thoughts on, or give me your best plug here for supporting local music. As you know, with the Mesh, we've had a lot of, our goal is to get people that are up and coming or would like to be up and coming. And, maybe we can say we knew you when one day.
Right. That'd be great.
Yeah. But I love a band in a dive bar.
Right.
I just love it. It's one of my favorite things to do is go see a band in sort of a not super crowded place, but everybody's enjoying the tunes and loving that.
I'll just tell you this. Within 20 miles of Hickory, North Carolina, you can take any Friday and Saturday night and go anywhere and see top-notch music. This town is absolutely flooded with great musicians, and that is just a fact. Mm-hmm. It's just a fact. I'm telling you, you go to Charlotte, North Carolina, and you go to 5 different bars and listen to 5 different bands, they're all doo-doo compared to the ones that are in Hickory. And it's just, and granted, I am a little biased because they're all my friends that I think they're great.
Because it's a circle of
because it
people.
is.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, and we're blessed in this town by not being cutthroat, and and we kind of all stick up for each other, and it's a good feeling. It's a good family of musicians that I'm, pretty proud to be a part of.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of other people that really, keep this town going with great local music. Larry Gregg is for one. He owns Larry's Music Shop. I don't know what it's called anymore. Larry's Musical Madness. It's on the square.
Larry's Music and Sounds. And stuff like that. Yeah.
And
Larry does a lot around town.
Larry does a lot of things, and he keeps the musicians in this town just stocked with great equipment, and he hardly take. It's great. It's just really good. Another fellow that's really trying to promote good local music around here is Rufus Smith.
Yes, absolutely. House concerts,
right? With the house concerts. Just like that. There's people in this town that are Josh Goodfellow. I can go. That he's trying to start something great too.
So the sounds, right? He does the sound.
He does, yeah. He's gonna try to have a venue. Yeah, the venue. He's gonna, I think, have a venue sometime soon. So,
well, that's what I don't know anything about it,
but it's hard.
We've really grown in the places to play.
True,
here.
Very true.
Very, very growing or constantly growing, expanding types of venues.
Right.
There is the dive bar, the small little corner pocket that everybody will go and listen to. But then there's, getting to be a couple of bigger places that are really able to pull in a little bit more of a crowd.
Right.
And the Crossing over there now at Highland Avenue, has the space at least. They've tried to kick off a couple of little concerts there and stuff. So I think Hickory's really growing in that, and I love the music scene here. I think we're very lucky, as you said. What are some of the Woodersons' favorite places to play that you've played in the past, or where can people see you in the future?
Sure. The Old Hickory Tap Room, which is downtown right up the street from Larry's, it has regional acts come through just about every month.
Yeah.
They have music there Thursdays, Fridays, and they have jazz on Sundays. And you can catch, great local bands all the way to regional acts such as the Broadcast. If you haven't listened to those guys, they're tremendous. Me and Kevin went to the tap room the other evening for a couple beers and caught up with this band who's called the Fritz. They're out of Asheville, and they were actually playing under another name as like a small acoustic foursome, if you will, an accordion, a guitar, bass, a stand-up bass player, and a guy who had a bunch of different percussion instruments. And me and Kevin sat there for 3 hours with our mouth wide open.
Wow.
And it's you don't get blown away very often, especially in small. I mean, you do. It's so good.
Sure.
When something's just so good, it's just it's great to see. And just makes me so mad. They're only about 23.
Of course.
Of
course. And we're not.
Yeah, and they're from Asheville. They moved actually from New York to Asheville for the music.
Which Asheville's got a great scene. We've had several people come down from there. Sanctum Sully was a big one that came in. Here, a full studio full of band.
Right, I mean, that's awesome.
8 guys.
Perfect.
Sitting in here.
As it should
and we're
be.
going, we don't have enough chairs. But
Logistics.
they sat on the floor and played. It was awesome. Anyway, but that's Asheville's so close to us. That gives a really nice shared interest, if you will, through there. We're seeing, a lot of that music travel up and down there. Where have you played the tap room?
Right. Yeah. We play there. I did
there. They bring in a pretty good crowd.
Oh, they have the best crowds there. Yeah. They have great service and great atmosphere, and they pay the bands well, and that's always
nice.
That always draws the it's nice to actually get paid for something you enjoy doing and actually get a livable wage off of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Where else?
Let's see here. Besides the Bourbon Street Alley, where we're playing November 30th this Saturday, for those out there, double callback. We played the Bootleg, a new place. I can't speak. A new place, Bootleggers,
which I love,
is adjacent to another place, Beach Road 127. Matt Miller,
is bringing in some great stuff there. He's been having live music there.
Yeah, he's
pretty
having
steady.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, it's 3 nights a week. He's having music there: Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I actually came to see you play there.
You did.
And,
thank you for coming.
Absolutely enjoyed it, and I will say, between you, me, and the microphone, Matt pulled me over the side and he was like, I love Moose. He was like, this is awesome, and so I know he really enjoyed working with you guys, but that's a cool little spot.
It is an awesome little spot, and God, if you love whiskey, that's the place to go.
That is the place to go. They got great food.
They're all there. Yeah, absolutely.
And just the vibe in there is really cool. So that's a good spot. Good spot, Bootleggers.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. This podcast could also double as a visiting guide to Hickory.
Nice plug for Hickory. Yes, that's what we like to promote here on the air.
I tell you what, it's a great place to live.
Yeah,
it is.
It's life well crafted.
Life well crafted.
It really is. It's
marketing
music,
genius on that one.
It's music well played.
Right.
Just saying.
Right.
All right, so what you got coming up? You've got Bourbon Street.
Right. Well, we have so many coming up. I'm really excited. We're playing, like I said, Bourbon Street on Saturday. We're doing the Hickory Tavern coming up.
Nice. That's a good spot.
Well, it's a great spot. We have
that gets you the bigger crowd.
It does. It does a bigger crowd, and luckily we're that crowd. The clientele of the Hickory Tavern. I don't want to pigeonhole those guys, but they're mostly they like to hear cover top 40 stuff,
sure.
And I'm proud to say we held a crowd there at about 1:30 a couple weeks ago,
nice.
And and we might not have played one song they knew, but they stuck around and listened. So hats off to them, for listening to us. And we've got another taproom date coming up, a couple more Bootleggers gigs, and then a handful of gigs in January. So
great.
We're
we
off
can
and
find
running.
all that where. Tell us again.
You
where
can go to
find everything.
Right. You can go to our Facebook page, the Woodersons, and ReverbNation. So we've got a lot of things on and cracking. So we're excited.
Now, where do you see this going in the future? Obviously there's big goals, there's super big dreams,
right.
But what's your heart and soul putting into this right now?
Well, it's difficult. Life gets in the way. The Woodersons is a project that the four of us have that is we're able to have an outlet.
Yeah.
From the everyday, and in the meantime, we put out some decent stuff, and it's life is like anything. You get what you put into it, and we put both feet into it, and our hearts and everything else, and we just we just try our damnedest, if you will, to put good music out that people want to listen to. That's what's most important to us.
You gonna put out an album, EP, anything?
It's in the works.
Yeah?
It's in the works. We're thinking maybe live album. We have a lot of things that we have recorded. We record every one of our shows.
Okay.
And
with what?
it's you wouldn't believe it, but it's just a little handheld thing. It looks like a cell phone. I'm not an sound guy.
Right.
Any stretch of the imagination, Kevin and Morty handle all that stuff. But it's just a little handheld recording device, and it's crystal clear. It's remarkable how far those things have come.
So you're gonna get it in the studio? Move it through that, or are you gonna just take some of your little hand recordings?
Both.
Yeah.
We have some. We spent 10, 12 hours in the studio a couple months ago, laying some stuff down. We have a lot of stuff that's available to us that we could piece together and make a really good album if we wanted to, but we're kind of just waiting to polish it. Just
like Woodersons for the holidays or something.
Oh, there you go. Ho ho ho!
Yes. Well,
rocking around the Christmas tree.
That would
Grandma got run over by reindeer.
I would buy it.
Would you?
I would buy it.
I'll hold you to it.
Mm-hmm. I would. I mean, I bought a damn Christmas tree from you. Come on, I'd buy your album.
That's true.
Well, what? I mean, I'm sure somebody's dying to know. I think I know, but just to wrap this all up, tell us where the name came from.
Well, it's funny. We had a couple names before that we were kicking around, and we played under the name Melba Toast for a minute, and
that was a minute. I remember that.
Yeah, it was a minute, and we decided that wasn't really the route we were going to go, and we have an affinity for the movie Dazed and Confused. Mm-hmm. It's one of our favorites. Matthew McConaughey's character in Dazed and Confused is David Wooderson.
All right.
All right.
I, too, enjoyed that movie. Therefore, I had a natural drawing to your band.
Right.
So, good call on that one.
Thank you. And that's kind of what we're going for.
Okay. Well, just making sure that was clear for everybody if they want that reference. But, great. Well, now that we've sold everybody on Hickory, North Carolina, and the Foothills region, if you will, everybody needs to go check out the Woodersons.
For sure. Everybody does need to.
Absolutely.
Bring your dancing shoes.
Bring your dancing shoes.
You can wear them in.
Yes. They're not that type of band. You can't wear your shoes.
Sock hop.
Yes. But they are, they're playing all over the place. They're all over Facebook and, as he said, ReverbNation. And we'll, of course, be posting their stuff here on The Mesh.
Oh, you're too kind.
Well, you're in here now. We got to plug you now, right?
That's right.
And if you need a Christmas tree, don't forget www.xmoosetrees.com.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Moose, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Mary-Margaret.
Yeah, this has been fun.
We need to do it again.
Hey, next time, let's do it like we normally do, which is just over a couple beers.
Hey, there it is.
Yay. See, we could take your little handheld recording device wherever we go.
There it is.
It's been a pleasure to interview a friend, so I'm really glad you came in.
Well, thank you for having me very much.
You bet. And once again, check out the Woodersons on Facebook and on ReverbNation. Check out their great music. And then be sure to check us out on The Mesh. We're at themesh.tv. You can email us at info@themesh.tv. Tell us any questions, any feedback, any problems. If you hate it, you love it, whatever. I've gotten hate mail. Don't laugh. I have. I know.
That's so funny.
I mean, iTunes.
I want to hear you read your tweets later.
iTunes. Oh, I could totally do that. It's like the best skit ever.
I know.
My iTunes account. Don't look at it, man. People are mean out there. People are mean. It's all right. I got thick skin. It's all right. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. And you know what? You can call me in on a voicemail line and just leave a voicemail. You don't even have to tell me your name. You can disguise it, whatever you want to do. 828-619-0048. It is just voicemail. But please give us some feedback. Or if you have our next I'm With The Band artist that you would like to recommend, we will be happy to grab a beer and go hear them perform and judge that for ourselves. So, what you going to play heading out for us here?
Well, considering it's such beautiful weather outside, it's really not. It's rained a foot today.
It's gross.
I have a song called Pouring Rain, which I'm going to play for you.
Pouring Rain.
Yeah, it's a love song about this lady that decided that it wasn't a good idea anymore.
Typical.
Yeah, most songs run that line.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, thank you again for being here.
You're welcome.
And thanks to the Woodersons for spending some time with us. And we'll let them take us out now. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Aching feeling when my feet hit the floor, that you're gonna leave me where I stand. Didn't mean to hurt you, babe. I hope you understand. Didn't mean to hurt you, babe. It's just the kind of man that I am. I used to drive all night, hit the pouring rain. The only thing that's pouring rain now, babe, your tear-stained blue eyes again. Second, remember all those bad times. Take a lifetime to remember all the good. Well, I used to drive all night in the pouring rain. We used to drive all night. Standing at your door, well, I used to drive all night.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.